So now from Coors Field, Shohei Ohtani comes in for the Dodgers, leadoff hitter. Wind up the pitch on the way as a ground ball hit down to the first baseman, Johnston. He'll quickly go, throws a ball over the head of the Feltner, who came over to cover, and he is aboard. So right away, just like that, Ohtani is aboard on an error by the first baseman Johnstone, throwing it over his head. The ball was hit in the deep first base line. It was overthrown to Feltner, and Ohtani is aboard. So 1 on to start this game on the first pitch. And now Feltner is having a little discomfort as the umpire is having a few words with him. Let's see if the trainer comes on over for Colorado and if they're going to give him a few warm-up tosses. So right away, Ohtani hitting that first ball. He came over, and he landed awkwardly. It looks like can't quite see which foot he's favoring, but possibly in the torque, may have tweaked a muscle, but we'll stand by and see. Now here's the waiting in to see what's going to happen here, as he's going to be given a few warm-up pitches here before he can get in to face the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. So Johnston, overhand throw into Feltner, just a little over his head, and that caused Ohtani to get on safely. That'll be an error charged on the throwing error, and now in comes Kyle Tucker, hitting .236 with 2 home runs and 11 ribbies, and a .688 on-base percentage. 1 for 5 last night with a double and a run in the game. Now Feltner checks Ohtani at first, and the pitch on the way. Swung on and hit the left field and right field and deep. It is way out and gone. And just like that, the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead with Ohtani aboard on an air, and it is gone. So Kyle Tucker hitting that one way out into right field, and the Dodgers take a commanding 2-0 lead to start this game off. It'll be a projected 435-foot shot, an exit velocity of 102 miles an hour at a launching angle of 32 degrees, and that was indeed a shot. And Feltner getting roughed up here in the first 2 batters. So let's see what'll happen now, facing the third batter, Pages. Pages takes low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Pages waiting in from the right-hand side. The pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball into shortstop, deep, shallow left center, as a shortstop, Tovar, goes out to make the catch. Now Freddie Freeman comes up with a career .322 average here at Coors Field. 5 home runs, 19 ribbies. So he's very familiar with this ballpark here in Denver. Dodgers leading 2-1, just the start of things, 1 out. Freeman swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. Feltner to the windup, the pitch, and it's a shot into left field for a base hit. So a little blooper over the shortstop, Tovar's head, and picked up by Beck in left field and thrown in. So Freeman is aboard. 1 on, 1 out, and 2 runs already in here in the top of the first inning for the Dodgers. Up to the plate, Tarasco Hernandez. Tarasco having a tough night last night, striking out 3 times. Now climbing in, 4 for 8 career versus Feltner with a .286 average. He checks the runner, Feltner at first, throws it down the middle for a strike 1. 94 mile an hour fastball to Hernandez. Dodgers 2, Rockies have yet to bat. Waiting in, Feltner looks, checks the runner at first. The pitch on the way is a high fly ball. Catcher goes out, first baseman over to the dugout, and it's well back in and out of play. So Thank you, folks, for tuning in and watching this. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Dodgers getting off on a shot in the upper right field deck by Kyle Tucker after Ohtani was aboard by a throwing error by Johnstone, the first baseman. Dodgers 2, Rockies have yet to bat here in the top of the first. 0-2 and the count to Hernandez. Checks Freeman at first. The pitch low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just the 8th pitch of the game so far for Feltner, and it feels like he's been out there for quite a few pitches. Now Feltner checks Freeman at first. The pitch on the way is high for ball 2. A 96 mile an hour fastball almost got away from the catcher Goodman behind the plate. Feltner now looking in. Hernandez waving the bat back and forth from the right-hand side. The right-hander Feltner rocks and deals the pitch. It's a ground ball hit right over the mound. Taken by the second baseman to the shortstop for 1, for 2, across to double up Hernandez at first base. So that'll do it for the Dodgers in the first, but not until the Dodgers score 2 runs on 2 hits. The score at the end of a half an inning, the Dodgers 2, the Rockies coming up. I'll be right back after this. Okay, back here at Coors Field for the bottom of the first inning. And the first 3 batters, top of the order coming up will be Julian. The second baseman will be leading off. And Monak will be the right fielder hitting second. And TJ Rumfield will be the DH hitting third in this half of the inning. Meanwhile, Emmett Sheehan on the mound in his 3 starts has been spectacular with a 2-0 record. ERA a little high at 6.0, but his last outing was indeed a gem. First pitch on the way, taken high and outside for ball 1. Emmett Sheehan wearing that number 80 on the mound on his jersey. He pitched a really good game last outing against Texas. Sheehan, the windup, the pitch called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, second baseman Julian. And now they're going to have a late batter challenge on that pitch. It's a 1-1 count. They're going to look at it, and it's going to be registered as a ball. So take off that initial strike, and now we're 2 balls, no strikes, since that was overruled. Sheehan now looks down to his catcher, rushing for the night, playing behind the plate for the Dodgers. Pitch on the way, high for ball 3, 94 mile an hour fastball. So Julian, 3 pitches, 3 balls, and Sheehan trying to get it together here in his first 3 pitches. Sheehan looks down to rushing, wind up the pitch, taken for called strike 1, 95 mile an hour fastball right down the middle. Dodgers lead 2-0 on that 2-run home run by Kyle Tucker with Ohtani aboard. Meanwhile, Emmett Sheehan looks down, gets the sign from rushing, the windup, the pitch, the 3-1, called strike 2, 3-2 the count is full in that 95 mile an hour fastball. Suddenly, now what looked like a 3-0 count and an easy walk is now a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Julian hitting .239 on the year with a 1 home run and 5 ribbies. Julian from the left-hand side of the plate looks in, facing Edmund Sheehan. Right-hander deals, pitch swung on and fouled back along the third base side. So 3-2. Sheehan will get another ball and rub it up before he gets ready to hop up on the mound again to deal. Julian looking down from the left-hand side of the plate to Sheehan. The windup, the 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes Julian. So the Dodgers, Emmett Sheehan getting off to a fine start there after it looked like he was going to give up a walk to the leadoff hitter, turned it around and struck him out. That'll now bring up the right fielder, Moniak. Moniak was the DH last night. Tonight they put him in the field at right field. The pitch on the way by Emmett Sheehan's a line drive hit up the alley in right center. Going to pick it up is Pages, but when he picks it up and throws it in to second base is Moniak with a stand-up double. So Moniak with a nice line drive up the alley, brought in by, retrieved by Pages, but not until Sheehan is standing up at second base with a double. So Dodgers leading 2-0, and now Moniak is at second base in scoring position here for Rumsfeld, who's coming up to the plate. Rumsfeld is the DH for tonight. Left-hand hitting Rumsfeld. Sheehan checks the runner. Moniak at second. The pitch on the way. Shot foul ball along the first base line. Curveball. So 0-1 the count to Rumsfeld. Sheehan looks down, checks the runner at second to the belt. And the 0-1 pitch on the way to Rumsfeld. High for ball one. 95 mile an hour fastball just missing. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rumsfeld. Sheehan looks down to Rushy. That's the sign. Now, wind up. The pitch, way out of the strike zone. So that one was a bit wild. 2 balls, 1 strike. And let's see what we got here now. Dodgers 2, Rockies 0. But a runner on second base, Moniak, after hitting that double. 1 out for the Rockies. Sheehan looks down, the pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back and out of play. 85 mile an hour changeup by Sheehan. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rumsfeld. Rumsfeld hitting .250 on the year. So Rumsfeld is the DH today. Last night, he was the first baseman. So the Rockies totally have kind of shaken up the right side of their lineup on the right side of the field for tonight's game. Rumsfeld looks in. Sheehan waits. And the 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. 93 mile an hour fastball just out of the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Moniak away from second base. Sheehan looks down, checks the runner. And the 3-2 pitch on the way from Sheehan is a shot down into center field. Line drive. Let's see if the runner Moniak's going to come around, and he is. Comes around third to home to score. And like that, the Rockies cut the Dodgers lead in half. Dodgers 2, Rockies 1. And there's 1 out. So now, with a line drive RBI base hit into center field, comes up. Goodman now coming to the plate. So 1 out for the Rockies, 1 run in. Pitch on the way, swung on, and a line drive caught by Hernandez, hustling along in the left field side. And he's going to throw the ball in, and Rumsfeld is going to run back to first base. So now 2 outs. Nice play by Tarasco Hernandez in left field, running and gloving that into left center field. One-handed, he whirled, turned, and threw the ball in quite quickly before Rumsfeld could tag up and move to second. So 2 outs now for the Rockies. Dodgers lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Sheehan has thrown 15 pitches thus far. So Sheehan doesn't appear to be on his game as much as he was against Texas, but let's see him work out of it now. One man on, 2 outs. Pitch on the way, high for ball 1, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, no strikes to Tovar, the shortstop. Waiting in. The 1-0 pitch on the way, high for ball 2. That was really high. Almost back to the backstop. Great catch by Rushing, saving that from going back. So Sheehan, when he's off, he's really off, but when he's on, he's really on. So let's see what he can deal here. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Just a little outside, but he went for it. Doing Sheehan a favor, 86-mile-an-hour slider. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Tovar fishing on that one and coming up empty. 2 outs for the Rockies. Runner away from first base. Sheehan checks him. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 87-mile-an-hour slider just right past him. So 2-2 the count now. Sheehan has now thrown 19 pitches thus far in this game. So Tovar waiting in. The right-hand side of the plate. Pitch on the way by Sheehan is line shot. Foul and out of play along the first base side. That was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So Tovar hanging tough here. Brings a .237 average to the plate, and he's making Sheehan work. Sheehan has already thrown 20 pitches this inning. Pitch on the way. Aiken outside, and he swung and fouled it away. So had he not swung at that, he'd have been on. Well, there'd be a 3-2 count, and he swung at another way outside ball. So he's not doing himself any favors as Sheehan. In fact, he's Tovar. He's doing Sheehan a lot of favors. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emmett Sheehan wind up the 2-2 pitch, swung and a high fly ball under this Hernandez. He's got it, and that'll do it for the Rockies in the bottom of the first, but not until they score 1 run, 2 hits. The score at the end of 1 complete inning. The Dodgers 2, the Rockies 1. I'll be right back. Okay, back here at Coors Field, Max Muncy will lead off for the Dodgers, followed by Rushing, and then second baseman Alex Freeland. Dodgers leading 2-1. The Rockies have definitely come to play in today's game. Last night, they kind of rolled over early and never really got started. The Dodgers walked all over them. But tonight, they counter-punch back with at least 1 run in their half of the inning. Dodgers 2, Rockies 1 to start the second inning. So, Max Muncy having a big night last night, 3 for 4 with a double, 2 home runs, and 3 RBIs. Friday night, Muncy, as last night was Friday night, he was on fire, and the Friday night before that, he hit 3 home runs, including a walk-off. Muncy waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. The pitch, high for ball 1. So Feltner now On the mound, .254 average for Muncy, 6 home runs and 7 ribbies. Feltner rocks and deals. The pitch on the way outside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Max Muncy. Muncy waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. The right-hander Feltner delivers. Strike, sinker. 92-mile-an-hour sinker. 2-1 the count to Max Muncy. Muncy looking in. Wind up by Feltner. The pitch swung on. A ground ball hit sharply to the second baseman, Julian. He picks it up and throws to Johnston in time for the out. So a 4-3 put out and down goes Muncy. 1 out for the Dodgers. Bringing up the catcher, Dalton Rushing, who has 4 home runs in 17 at-bats this season, including a grand slam against the Mets. So Dalton Rushing, when he plays, he is on fire, bringing some sparks to this Dodger lineup. Waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. Fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. Dalton Rushing hasn't played much, but when he has played, he has made the most of it. So, on deck, Alex Freeland. And if anybody gets on, Miguel Rojas. The 0-1 pitch on the way in the dirt for ball 1. Changeup, 84-mile-an-hour changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dalton Rushing. Rushing waiting in. Feltner looks down, gets the sign from Goodman. The windup, the pitch on the way. Swung on. And a high fly ball to dead center right field. Way back, it's gone. Home run for Dalton Rushing. Would you believe? It's gone. And just like that, Dalton Rushing, hitting a grand slam in his last appearance at Dodger Stadium against the Mets, is right back at it for his 5th home run, hitting it to right field just before the foul pole, and now making the Dodgers, that was a .371 shot with an exit velocity of 99 miles an hour. So not as big a shot as Kyle Tucker's, but it's all the same in the scorebook, a home run. 3-1 Dodgers lead. So now the pitch on the way to Freeland is taken for ball 1. Pitch on the way, taken right down the middle, 94-mile-an-hour fastball for strike. Strike 1. Alex Freeland to the plate. 1-1 the count. The Dodgers are playing long ball, scoring 3 runs, and 2 of them being home runs. Feltner looks down to Goodman, gets the sign, rocks and deals low for ball 2. 85-mile-an-hour changeup. 2 balls, 1 strike to Alex Freeland. Freeland waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. The right-hander delivers, and it's a shot foul along the first base side and out of play. Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. 1 out here for the Dodgers in their top of the second inning part. Feltner looks, the pitch on the way, just a little outside, 80-mile-an-hour curveball, just missing the strike zone, makes the count 3-2. Freeland waiting in, count is full. Feltner looks down to Goodman, gets the sign, and the 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Alex Freeland. So 2 outs for the Dodgers. And that will now bring up right-hand hitting shortstop Miguel Rojas. Miguel Rojas brings a .357 batting average up this season in 12 games. Rojas waiting in from the right-hand side of the plate. The right-hander Feltner delivers, strike right down the middle. 88-mile-an-hour slider. Dodgers 3, Rockies 1, the top of the first inning. Ohtani on deck. The pitch on the way. No, they check over to first. Did he go around? No swing. So it's a 1-1 count. Feltner's now thrown 25 pitches in this game. The windup by Feltner. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on. And a high fly ball. In comes the hustling right fielder, sliding as Moniak can make the catch for the third out for the Dodgers. And that'll do it for the Dodgers. And they're top of the second, but not until Dalton Rushing hits a home run with bringing the score to the Dodgers 3 and the Rockies 2-1. Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. I'll be right back. Okay, back at Coors Field, Dodgers, after an inning and a half, lead the Rockies 3-1. Dodgers hitting a home run in the first inning by Kyle Tucker, a 2-run shot with Ohtani aboard, and in the second inning, a solo shot by Dalton Rushing. So Dodgers leading 3-1 over the Rockies, and now the Rockies will send up to the plate their John Stone will come up, along with Doyle and Karros. So, waiting in, the pitch on the way to John Stone is fouled away. So, no balls, 1 strike. Emmett Sheehan rubbing up a new ball. John Stone hitting .273 so far this year. Pitch on the way from Sheehan is in the dirt for ball 1. 88-mile-an-hour slider, just getting away. Dodgers 3, Rockies 1, bottom of the second inning. Emmett Sheehan looks down, gets the sign from Rushing. To the windup, the pitch, swung on, a line shot along the first base side and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to John Stone. John Stone has 2 home runs and 8 ribbies so far this season. Pitch on the way, high for ball 2, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So it seems when Emmett Sheehan on the ball to really crank up that fastball, it has been high. So let's see if he can what he can do on this pitch here. 2-2's the count. Now the John Stone will step out, given permission by umpire. Now he climbs back into the side of the batter's box. Emmett Sheehan looks down to Dalton Rushing. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, line shot into left field. Picked up by Hernandez and thrown in. And John Stone is aboard with a single. Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. Bottom of the second inning, but the Rockies got a man aboard. And now that'll bring up Doyle, center fielder Doyle, coming to the plate. Brenton Doyle with a .214 average in 19 games. 1 home run, 1 ribby. check it in from the right-hand side of the plate, facing the right-hander Sheehan. There's a steal, the throw down, not nearly in time as Johnstone has stolen it, stealing on the first base, on the first pitch, and Dalton Rushing's throw was just a little late. So the Rockies now have a man aboard and in scoring position. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way to Doyle is a ground ball hit sharply to the shortstop. He picks it up. Miguel Rojas throws across to Freddie Freeman at first for the out. And the Johnstone goes from second base to third base. So now he's on third base with one out. So he could possibly score in a scoring fly ball here if Karros can deliver. Karros having a bit of a tough time so far in this young season. In 20 games, he's hitting a weak 189, 2 for 5 against Sheehan. Sheehan looks down, pitch on the way, outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So Karros, a quite big guy, 6'5", 220 pounds, isn't even hitting his weight, batting 185 thus far. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. 1-1, 88-mile-an-hour slider. 1 out for the Rockies. Johnstone at third base. 3-1 Dodgers lead. Karros waiting in. Sheehan looks down. And the 1-1 pitch on the way outside for a ball to 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Karros, the son of longtime Dodger player Eric Karros. Sheehan looks in, checks the runner at third base. The 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball. Let's see if this will be long enough for a scoring fly ball as Tucker will catch it, and indeed Johnstone will tag up and score easily. So Karros gets the scoring fly ball. The 3, Rockies 2, and there's 2 outs in the bottom here, half of the second inning for the Rockies. 3-2 Dodgers lead, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Beck. Jordan Beck comes in hitting 132 on the season in 13 games with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. So with the bases clean, Sheehan goes from the full delivery. The pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. No balls, 1 strike to Beck. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. So we've had quite a bit of scoring here thus far in the first 2 innings in this game as opposed to last night. Sheehan delivers the pitch, hit right over the mound, hit to the shortstop. Freeland picks it up, throws across to Freddie Freeman for the 3rd out in the half of the inning. So the score at the end of 2 complete innings, the Dodgers 3, the Rockies 2. I'll be right back after this short break. Okay, so the Dodgers lead 3-2. The start of the top of the third inning, and the Dodgers will now be bringing up the top of the order. Ohtani, Tucker, and Pages in their top half of the third inning. Last at bat, Ohtani was aboard on a throwing error, and then Tucker nailed it deep into right field for the 2-run home run. So Ohtani now checking in from the left-hand side of the plate. Feltner is taken outside for ball one, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So Ohtani hitting .261, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs, waiting in for the left-hand side of the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Taken, what is it? Umpire's going to now check over to first base side. They're going to have a challenge here, and it is going to be called a strike. So initially it was ruled a ball, and it is indeed a strike. So the challenge will come through for the Rockies, and it'll be a 1-1 count. 28 pitches now thrown by Feltner. 3-2 Dodgers lead. Feltner's wind up the pitch on the way is taken outside for ball 2. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. So Ohtani waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Feltner's wind up the pitch on the way. It's a line shot down to the first baseman, gloved sharply. Johnston waving off Feltner, and down goes Ohtani. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Kyle Tucker. Tucker, the high-price free agent playing for the Cubs last year, signed by the Dodgers in the offseason, hit a shot over deep right field for his home run, a 2-run home run that traveled about 435 feet with a maximum height of 105 feet getting out of here. So quite a shot. Kyle Tucker now waits in. The pitch on the way from Feltner is low for ball 1. 79-mile-an-hour curveball. Feltner's now thrown 31 pitches here in the first 3 innings. Tucker now hitting .247 on the year. Feltner's wind up. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 85-mile-an-hour changeup. Kyle Tucker wearing that number 23 that Eric Karras wore for so many years to the Dodgers. And over at third base is his son. There's a ground ball hit sharply to second baseman Julian. He can't pick it up as it dribbles past him. And Kyle Tucker is aboard. So just like that, Tucker's 2 at-bats, 2 hits. That will definitely go down as a hit, as Julian was lucky to even get a glove on that, hustling over to his left-hand side and smothered it before he picked it up. So now Tucker's aboard. So 1 on, 1 out for the Dodgers, bringing up center fielder Andy Pages. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, 1 on for the Dodgers. The pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back by Pages. Strike 1, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Pages flied out in his last appearance, hitting .406 with 5 home runs and 21 ribbies. So it has been quite a start for Pages so far. Waiting in from the right-hand side, the pitch taken for called strike 1, 88-mile-an-hour sweeper. So actually strike 2 now, 0-2 the count. So Tucker takes a little lead off of first. The pitch on the way by Feltner is high for ball 1, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So Feltner and Sheehan, when they throw their fastballs, they put a little bit too much on it, and it sails high, way out of the strike zone. Let's see what happens here in the fourth pitch now. The 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and down goes Andy Pages. Feltner's now thrown 37 pitches, 2 outs for the Dodgers. Kyle Tucker still waiting over at first base, and that'll bring up first baseman Freddie Freeman. Freeman brings a .291 batting average to the plate. Feltner looks down, facing the left hand, hitting Freeman. Ball one high, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Freddie Freeman waiting in, left-hand side of the plate. The pitch on the way, taken for a called strike, 95-mile-an-hour strike. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. 1-1 pitch as Feltner now will step off the mound. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, top of the 3rd inning. Kyle Tucker on first base, Freddie Freeman to the plate. Feltner now hops back up on the mound, looks down to Goodman to get the sign. The wind up, the pitch, taken outside, 86-mile-an-hour changeup for ball 1. Ball 2, check that. 2 balls, 1 strike to Freddie Freeman. Freeman waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. Kyle Tucker takes a little lead away from first. The windup, the pitch, taken for called strike 2, 84-mile-an-hour changeup. 2-2 count to Freddie Freeman. Kyle Tucker slowly creeping off of first base. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, top of the 3rd inning. The 2-2 pitch inside for ball 3. The count is full. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And Freddie Freeman barely flinched. That ball inches from hitting him. 42 pitches Feltner's now thrown in the first 3 innings here. 2 outs for the Dodgers. So Kyle Tucker will be on his way here. Pitch on the way, high for ball 4. And Freddie Freeman's aboard. Tucker moving over to second. And the Dodgers now have 2 men on. And that brings up Tarasco Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez, last night striking out 3 times. In his first plate appearance, grounded into a double play. So Tarasco Hernandez trying to shake through the woes, the early woes here in Denver. 3-2 Dodgers lead. The pitch on the way to Hernandez, fouled back and out of play. An 87-mile-an-hour sweeper. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Here in the top of the 3rd, but 2 men on. See if Hernandez can bring him on in. The Dodgers have managed to score 2 runs in the first inning and 1 in the second. Pitch on the way, outside for ball 1, 94-mile-an-hour sinker. (3-2) Dodgers leading here in the top of the 3rd. Feltner looks down, checks the runners. The windup, the pitch, outside, swung on and missed. So Hernandez now waiting in, on the verge of striking out, behind in the count. 1-2, 2 outs. Feltner looks down, checks the runners. The pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes Hernandez. And the Dodgers, after 2.5 innings, the score from Denver, Colorado's Coors Field. The Dodgers 3, the Rockies 2. I'll be back after this short break. Back at Coors Field now for the bottom of the third inning. And the Rockies will have their top of their lineup coming up with Julian, Moniak, and Rumfield to bat. Rumfield, the DH for today. So for the Dodgers, they scored 2 runs in the top of the first inning, 1 in the top of the second, and came up empty in the top of the third inning, but still leading 3-2. Rockies, on the other hand, have scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second for their 2 runs. 3-2. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign from Dalton rushing, and the pitch on the way to Julian is taken outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Julian striking out in his last plate appearance. Looking down to the right-hander Sheehan. The windup, the pitch. Low for ball 2. Curveball. 76-mile-an-hour curveball. 2 balls, no strikes. So Sheehan now looking in for to deal his 38th pitch of this game. Pitch on the way outside for ball 3. So this is exactly how Sheehan started the game, with 3 balls and no strikes, and then he recovered to strike out Julian. Let's see if he can duplicate that now. Down on behind on the count, 3-0. The pitch on the way. High for, taken for a called strike 1. Rockies, that looked like it was out of the strike zone. So Sheehan getting a break on that one, and they're not going to challenge. So let's see what happens. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sheehan looks down to rushing, gets the sign, and now there's Julian steps out. And now he's going to hop back in. So Sheehan's 39 pitches have been 16 balls and 23 strikes. Looking down, the windup, the 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Suddenly the count is full. This is the same thing that happened in Julian's last plate appearance. Ahead on the count 3-0, and he let it get away from him, and he's on the verge of having the same thing done now. 40 pitches by Sheehan. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, bottom of the third inning here in Colorado, Denver. Pitch on the way by Sheehan. Taken outside for ball 4. So Sheehan gets his walk finally, and he's on board. Just missing. So the leadoff man is aboard with no outs, and that is the big cardinal sin in baseball, letting the leadoff man on with no outs. Bringing up Mickey Moniak, hitting .277. Doubled at his last plate appearance and came around to score. He was the DH last night, and tonight he finds himself playing the field at right field. Sheehan throws over to Freeman at first to drive back Julian to first base. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, bottom of the third inning. Julian takes a little bit of lead off of first, being held on by Freeman. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign, the pitch high for ball 1, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, just missing the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Moniak waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. Sheehan again checks the runner over at first, Julian, and the pitch on the way, taken right down the middle for a called strike 1, 76-mile-an-hour fastball. 43 pitches thrown by Sheehan so far here in the third inning. No outs for the Rockies. Sheehan looks over to Julian, goes to the belt. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Moniak is high for ball 2. Curveball, 75-mile-an-hour curveball, just missing. So Sheehan to the belt again, checks the runner Julian at first. The 2-1 pitch on the way to Monarch, swung on, and a high fly ball hit to Hernandez in left field. He's there, he's got it for out number 1, and he'll throw it on in, and back to first base goes Julian. So 3-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning, and 1 on for the Rockies. That now brings up designated hitter Rumfield. TJ Rumfield, 1 for 1 with an RBI single, bringing home Monarch in the last, in his first inning. Swung on and missed the pitch, 76-mile-an-hour curveball. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign. Pitch on the way, outside for ball 1. Three and 2 the count. Actually 1-1 the count. 3-2 Dodgers lead here in the bottom of the third as Emmett Sheehan throws over to first baseman Freeman to get back a diving Julian back to first base. Sheehan looks down to rushing, checks the runner Julian at first. The pitch on the way, swung. It's a chopper down to second baseman Freeland. He swipes it. Julian throws over to first for the out. And did he get the runner at second base? Julian, he just missed him. So Julian arrives safely at first, but that was indeed a bang-bang play where it was a high chopper. Freeland got it at once, swiped at Julian, missed him, but had the wherewithal to keep his wits, throw over to Freeman at first to get the hustling Rumfield running down the baseline. So 2 outs and now a runner at second. And now that'll bring up Goodman, the catcher. Goodman hitting from the right-hand side of the plate. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back and out of play along the first base side. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Julian for the Rockies now at second base. And Sheehan looks down. The 0-1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed by Goodman. 89-mile-an-hour slider. So 0-2 now the count to Goodman. Goodman behind the plate tonight. Sullivan was playing last night behind the plate for the Rockies. Sheehan checks the runner at second, and the 0-2 pitch on the way. Taken low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 87-mile-an-hour slider just missing. For the Dodgers, 5 errors this season, tied for fewest in Major League Baseball. So it goes to no wonder to that why the Dodgers have gotten off to a good, fine start. Not making a lot of errors is a big part of it. Pitch on the way, high, 94-mile-an-hour. Fastball for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs for the Rockies here in the bottom of the third. Dodgers leading 3-2. Sheehan has thrown 52 pitches thus far in 3 innings. Sheehan to the belt, the windup, the pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes the Rockies and Goodman on that one. So that'll do it for the Colorado Rockies in the bottom of the third inning. The score after 3 complete innings in Colorado in Coors Field. The score, the Dodgers 3, the Rockies 2. The Dodgers have Muncy leading off the 4th inning, followed by Rushing and Alex Freeland. I'll be right back after this very short break. So now back at Coors Field here at Denver, Colorado. Max Muncy will lead off for the Dodgers. It'll follow by Dalton Rushing and then Alex Freeland, the second baseman. So the Dodgers, 3-2 lead over the Rockies. And interestingly enough, none of the teams scored in the third inning, but in the first 2 innings they were quite active. So let's see what Max Muncy can do here. Swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. The pitch on the way by Feltner, taken low for ball 1 to Max Muncy. Muncy grounded out in his last plate appearance, hitting .250 with 6 home runs and 7 ribbies thus far in the season. Muncy waiting in. The 1-0 pitch hits a sharp ground ball, hits sharply to the second baseman. Julian picks it up, throws across to Johnstone for the out. So a 4-3 put out, and down goes Muncy. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning for the Dodgers. And Dalton Rushing coming up after hitting that home run. He's been on quite a tear. 5 home runs in 18 at-bats. So Dalton Rushing, the left-hand hitting catcher, checks in, swings, and fouls it along the first base line and out of play. The fastest Dodger to 5 home runs since 2015 when Adrian Gonzalez had 12 at-bats and hit 5 home runs. Dalton doing it in 18 plate appearances. Feltner to the windup. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on. And a high fly ball to the center fielder. Doyle moves over and makes the catch. So 2 outs now for the Dodgers here in the top of the 4th inning. So now that'll bring up second baseman Alex Freeland. Freeland hitting .200 thus far in the season. Filling in for Mookie Betts, who's out injured. When he'll be back, no word yet. Feltner, the windup, the pitch. 95, 4-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Freeland, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Feltner looks down, gets the sign. Pitch on the way is taken high for ball 1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, just missing. Goodman behind the plate for the Rockies. Feltner on the mound. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Top of the 4th inning, 2 outs. Pitch on the way in the dirt for ball 2. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. Feltner's now thrown 54 pitches thus far into the 4th inning. Freeland waits in. The pitch on the way inside for ball 3. 89-mile-an-hour slider, just missing. On deck, Miguel Rojas. 2 outs for the Dodgers. Feltner working. Swung on and missed. 3-2. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So Freeland waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate. The count is full. 2 outs. 4th inning. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. And down goes Freeland and the Dodgers on their top of the 4th inning side. The score after 3.5 innings here in Coors Field in Denver. The Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. We'll be back after this short break. Okay, so back here in Coors Field, the Rockies will now send up their shortstop Tolver, Johnstone, and the center fielder Doyle. Johnstone playing first base tonight. Last night he was the right fielder. So they shuffled around the lineup, did these Rockies from last night, mixing and matching same players but just putting them in different positions. Sullivan actually takes the bench. Goodman goes behind the plate. But Johnstone now playing first base. Last night he was in right field. Moniak was the DH last night, and tonight he is in right field. So Dodgers leading 3-2. The bottom of the fourth, Emmett Sheehan deals. It's a ground ball foul along the third baseline. So Tovar now behind the count, 0-1. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Johnstone on deck. The pitch on the way to Tovar's. A high fly ball. Out goes Freddie Freeman. In comes Alex Freeman, goes out and makes the catch in shallow right field. So Alex Freeland having the best possible sight of it. Gloved that easily. Moving along the right side part of the field for the out. So Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning, and that brings up Johnstone. 55 pitches thrown by Sheehan thus far in the fourth inning. In 4 innings of play, he's thrown 55 pitches. And here's his 56th pitch on the way to Johnstone. Taken for called strike one, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign from Rushing. The windup, the pitch, in the dirt for ball one. 76-mile-an-hour curveball just missing. So 1-1 count to Troy. Hitting .286 with a single and a run and a stolen base in this game. So he's been quite active, making things happen for the Rockies. Sheehan, meanwhile, looks down, wind up, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Johnstone. It's a sharp line drive, hit sharply into right field, and it'll go all the way to the wall. And by the time Kyle Tucker can pick it up and throw it in, he's cruised it into second base with a stand-up double. So Johnstone has come to play today, bringing his best effort after last night. And now the Rockies have a man aboard, 1 out, here in the bottom of the fourth inning, trying to tie this game up. 3-2 Dodgers lead, bottom of the fourth inning. Johnstone now at second base with that double, and it brings on the center fielder Doyle. Brenton Doyle grounding out in his first time up at plate. Sheehan checks Johnstone at second. The pitch on the way, taken for called strike one, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Sheehan has thrown 59 pitches thus far in 4 innings of work. Sheehan again, looking over, checking Johnstone, keeping him honest at second base. The pitch popped up, moving over is Freddie Freeman, but he may run out of real estate, and he does. It goes into the first row behind the dugout. So Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, but now the Rockies have a runner in scoring position in Johnstone at second base. Doyle trying to move him on over, 1 out. On deck is Karros. Sheehan to the belt, looks down, checks Johnstone at second. The pitch on the way. The 0-2 pitch. They check. Strikeout for Doyle. So down goes Doyle on a strikeout, and it'll now bring 2 outs, and Karros coming to the plate. So Karros got a scoring fly ball in his last plate appearance, and tonight finds himself up at the plate with another runner in scoring position. Let's see what he can do. Karros swinging in from the right-hand side of the plate. Right-hander Sheehan delivers in the dirt for ball one, 75-mile-an-hour curveball. Thank you for joining in and viewing this live play-by-play broadcast. If you're enjoying the action, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch on the way from Sheehan is taken high for ball one. Actually, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-2 count. John Stone at second base. 2 outs for the Rockies here in the bottom of the fourth. Sheehan looking down at Dalton Rushing behind the plate. Karros waiting in. The 2-0 pitch to Karros in the dirt for ball 3. An 87-mile-an-hour slider just missing. 64 pitches by Sheehan. No action in the Dodger bullpen yet. Kyle Karros, 17.2 walk rate this season, 5th in the National League. Karros waiting in. The 3-0 pitch on the way. Right down the middle for a strike. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Karros waiting in. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sheehan checks the runner. John Stone at second. The 3-1 pitch taken low for ball 4, and Karros is aboard. So now 2 men on, 2 outs, and that will now bring up left fielder Beck to the plate. Beck climbing in. As now they're going to have a meeting at the mound, Rushing and Rojas talking things over with Sheehan on how they're going to play this. Got a runner at second, a runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth inning. Dodgers leading 3-2, and they've all got their mouths covered, talking to each other. And now they break up and go back to their positions. Dalton Rushing behind the plate. Miguel Rojas will go back to shortstop. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Right hand hitting Beck now coming to the plate. Grounded out in his last plate appearance, bringing up a 128 average with 1 home run and 6 ribbies to the plate. Jordan Beck. Sheehan looks in, checks the runners at their bases. And now the windup. The pitch on the way to Beck is taken for called strike 1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So 0-1 the count now to Beck. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign from Rushing. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. It's a high fly ball and slams his bat down as Beck, he knows, as the Muncy coming over, makes the catch from third base just a few feet from the catcher, Rushing, and that will do it for the Rockies in their bottom of the fourth inning. The score after 4 complete in Coors Field, the Dodgers 3, the Rockies 2. I'll be back after this very short break. Back here in Coors Field for the top of the 5th inning for the Dodgers, they'll be having Miguel Rojas coming up, leading off the top of the 5th inning, followed by Ohtani, and then Kyle Tucker. Feltner winds up and pitch. The pitch is taken right down the middle for called strike one. Rojas flying out in his last plate appearance. Wind up, the pitch, 0-1, swung on and missed by Rojas. 84-mile-an-hour sweeper. 0-2 the count. Feltner waits. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt all the way back to the backstop and comes back. So 5th inning, Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Top of the 5th inning, Miguel Rojas with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Feltner's now thrown 60 pitches here in this game. Feltner to the windup, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Rojas, taken low for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Check that. Rojas waiting in. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and a ground ball hit down to Julian. He moves over to the left side. Throws over to Feltner. Hustling to first just to get Rojas. So nice play by Julian to pick it up, but even a nicer play by the hustling Feltner to run on over there to beat Miguel Rojas running to first base. So 1 out for the Dodgers. And now Ohtani will come up to the plate. Ohtani swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. Reached on an air, scoring a run that in the 1st inning brings a .257 average to the plate. 5 home runs, 10 ribbies thus far in the year. 1 out for the Dodgers, leading 3-2 in the 5th. The pitch on the way is low for ball 1. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give it a thumbs up. I do your support along the way. Also, subscribe to the channel. I'll be here all year bringing you Major League Baseball, the best in baseball. Dodger baseball. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2 in the 5th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Ohtani trying to keep... Ohtani has already kept his streak alive. 49 times he's arrived, longest on-base streak for the Dodgers at 49 now. Duke Snider trying to catch Duke Snider at 58. Pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball to the left fielder. Waiting there, he's got it, is Beck for out number 2. So Beck moving over to make the catch for the 2nd out for the Dodgers here in the top of the 5th. And that'll bring up Kyle Tucker. Tucker's had quite a game so far, hitting a 2-run home run in the 1st inning and then legging out into a double in the 2nd inning. So Kyle Tucker has no doubt come to play, making his influence in this game. 2 for 2, Kyle Tucker. Left-hand side of the plate, taken way inside for ball 1. 89-mile-an-hour slider. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Feltner, 1-0 pitch taken for strike swung and missed. 85-mile-an-hour changeup. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for the Dodgers here in the 5th inning. Tucker waving the bat back and forth from the left-hand side of the plate. The 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 87-mile-an-hour changeup. Two and 1 the count. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, top of the 5th inning. The windup, the pitch, way inside for ball 2, 89-mile-an-hour slider. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Kyle Tucker waits in, the pitch fouled back and out of play. 94-mile-an-hour sinker, 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count now with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Feltner has thrown 69 pitches so far. So let's see what his 70th pitch will be. The 3-2 pitch to Tucker. It's a ground ball hit sharply to the second baseman, Julian. Hustling on over, scoops across to the first baseman, Johnstone, for the out. 4-3 put out. Down go the Dodgers in the 5th. And the score after 4.5 innings in Denver, the Dodgers 2. I'll be right back after this very short break. Okay, so bottom of the 5th inning, and for the Colorado Rockies, they'll be trotting out there at the top of their order. Julian, Moniak, and Rumfield, the first 3 batters here. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this play-by-play telecast of the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Colorado Rockies from Denver. If you're enjoying the telecast, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Dodgers leading 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way to Julian is taken low for ball 1. Actually taken for called strike 1. 0-1 count. The pitch on the way by Sheehan is fouled back and out of play by Julian. 95-mile-an-hour slider. And that's Sheehan's 70th pitch right there. 0-2 the count to Julian. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign from Dalton rushing behind the plate. The windup, the pitch, swung on, and a chopper along the first base line, foul. Freddie Freeman picks it up and throws it on in. 71 pitches thrown by Sheehan thus far. Dodgers leading 3-2. A tight nail-biter of a game compared to last night's game, as the Dodgers just ran away with that one early. Sheehan now looking in, waving off. Rushing, now settles on a pitch. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, and down goes Julian. 86-mile-an-hour changeup catches him. And now there's 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up the the right fielder, Moniak. Moniak has played quite a good game today. Hitting .271, he's been very involved with one hit and scoring a run. Left-hand side of the plate, Moniak wakes in, watches a 94-mile-an-hour fastball go by for a strike. Sheehan looks down, gets the sign, the 0-1 pitch, high for ball one. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2 here in the fifth, bottom of the fifth inning. Sheehan now to the windup. The pitch just outside for ball two. 76-mile-an-hour curveball. 75 pitches Sheehan's thrown thus far. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sheehan looks down to Rushing, gets the sign. The 2-1 pitch on the way to Moniak is swung on, and high fly ball to the right fielder Tucker. He's there, he's got it. So he just about golf balled that right off of the dirt, and it just sailed. It looked like he hit that off a tee as that ball sailed high and shallow, but it was a major league fly ball. So now with 2 outs, that brings up designated hitter TJ Rumfield. Rumfield 1 for 2. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs. Pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball. Kyle Tucker's there. He's waiting. He's got it, and down go the Rockies in the bottom of the 5th inning. The score after 5 complete here in Coors Field in Denver. The Dodgers 3, the Rockies 2. I'll be right back after this very short break. So back here for the top of the 6th inning, the Dodgers will now send up their center fielder Andy Pages, first baseman Freddie Freeman, and their left fielder Tarasco Hernandez. So the Dodgers, Emmett Sheehan, started out a little bit rocky, but he's indeed settled in quite nicely, giving up a run in the first, a run in the second. And he hasn't thrown a whole lot of pitches the last 2 innings. So, as a result, the Dodgers holding on to a 3-2 lead. Meanwhile, Feltner has done very well, holding his own as well, not allowing a Dodger run in the last 3 innings that he's pitched. So Feltner now out there to start the 6th inning. Andy Pages in from the right-hand side of the plate. The wind-up, the pitch, it's taken sharply, foul ball, hit down the third baseline. So, Andy Pages hitting .400 thus far into the season. Pitch on the way, taken high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, a 93-mile-an-hour sinker. Feltner now looks down, gets the sign from Goodman, the catcher. The pitch on the way, fouled back and out of play along the first base side. So Pages is all over the map here with his foul balls, behind the plate, left field, right field, as he's 0 for 2 tonight with a fly out and a strikeout. Pages now back in there. Feltner looks down. 1-2 pitch on the way. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Andy Pages. We're in the 6th inning here in Denver. Feltner's wind up the 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back and out of play. Warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies is Bernardino warming up. He pitched last night and pitched quite well. 76 pitch on the way from Feltner. Is swung on and missed, and down goes Pages, his 2nd strikeout of the night. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2, and a tight one here in Denver. That will now bring up first baseman, left-hand hitting Freddie Freeman. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Freeman waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate, looking down at Feltner. The pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 85-mile-an-hour changeup. Freeman looking in. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed again. The exact same location, and Freddie Freeman comes up empty. Swinging at a 90-mile-an-hour slider. Feltner's now thrown 78 pitches. What's he going to do in his 79th pitch? The 0-2 pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman. Taken low for ball 1, an 81-mile-an-hour sweeper. Meanwhile, in the Dodger bullpen, Will Klein has got up. Right-hand pitching Will Klein starts to throw to loosen up. The wind-up and the pitch is taken outside for ball 2. 85-mile-an-hour changeup to Freddie Freeman. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Dodgers leading 3-2 against the Rockies here in Coors Field in Denver. Feltner to the windup. The 2-2 pitch is a high fly ball hit into right center, sliding, diving, missing. It's the center fielder, Doyle. Meanwhile, Freddie Freeman's going to round second, try for third. The slide, the tag, he's in there. Freddie Freeman with a triple. And that was quite an impressive triple by Freeman, as he'll now do the Freddie Freeman dance. He is out of gas, to say the least. But a diving center fielder, Doyle, tried his best to get that ball, but when he came up empty, there was nobody there to retrieve it until the hustling left fielder Beck came in, threw the ball in to make it very close at third base, but Freeman just beating it out as Karros tried the tag to no avail. So, little action here for the first time in 3 innings. We see the Dodgers showing a little bit of life. Feltner with an 88-mile-an-hour sweeper for ball 1. Tarasco Hernandez trying to drive him in, at the very least, with a scoring fly ball. Hernandez waiting in to pitch high for ball 2. Well, actually, they're going to check that. They're doing a challenge. That was ruled a strike, and Dodgers are going to challenge that one. 83 pitches thrown by Feltner. Dodgers challenge, as you can see, that was way high, and that'll now make it a 2-ball no strike count to Hernandez. 6th inning, Freddie Freeman getting on board with a 1-out triple hit to right center field. Feltner's pitch, did it hit him? Very close. Let's see. No, just missing him. 3 balls, no strikes. Let's see, talk about it, inches. Yep, Hernandez just got away from that one. So 3 balls, no strikes to Tarasco Hernandez. Swung on and missed the 82-mile-an-hour sweeper. So 3 balls, 1 strike now to Hernandez. Freddie Freeman away from third base. Nobody holding him on. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 80-mile-an-hour sweeper. So suddenly, a 3-0 count is now 3-2. Feltner's thrown 86 pitches thus far here in the 6th inning. Hernandez waving the bat back and forth from the right-hand side of the plate. Checks in. The right-hander Feltner deals it. The sharp ground ball hit hit by diving Karros. Picks it up, throws across to first base. Then Johnstone to get him. What a play by Karros at third. He diving a shot along the third base line. He picked it up, kept Freeman in check at third base, and threw over and got him at first. So just like that, there are now 2 outs, and Freddie Freeman remains at third base. A great stop and save of a double down the line indeed if Karros doesn't get to that. And now we're going to have a timeout for a pitching change for the Rockies. We'll be back after this brief break and the pitching change. So we are in the middle of a pitching change here in Denver's Coors Field as the Dodgers lead 3-2. Freddie Freeman is at third base. There are 2 outs for the Dodgers. And now the Rockies bringing in a new pitcher here. So he's taking his warm-up tosses. And Brennan Berardino is now coming into the game. 10 games, record of 1-0 with an ERA of 1.3, 8 innings of work, 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. Pitching really strong and impressively last night in his brief appearance. Freddie Freeman now takes his lead away from third base. Max Muncy to the plate, 0 for 2 tonight with 2 ground outs. The wind-up, the pitch on the way from the left-hander. Bernardino is taken for a swing and a miss for strike 1. Muncy swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate, looking at Bernardino, bearing down, gets the sign from his catcher Goodman. And the 0-1 pitch on the way, right down the middle for strike 2, called strike 2. Sinker, 90-mile-an-hour pitch. Bernardino planning on making quick work right here. Looking in. 6th inning, 3-2 Dodgers lead. Bernardino swung on and it's fouled back by Max Muncy. 0-2 the count. Bernardino is throwing 3 pitches and 3 right there and down in the strike zone. Max Muncy fouling off the last one. Bernardino now looking into Goodman. The pitch inside for ball 1. 86-mile-an-hour cutter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeman away from third base. Dodgers leading 3-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Bernardino, left-hand pitcher, wearing that number 83 on his jersey. Looks in, side arms, fouled back and out of play by Max Muncy. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Muncy waiting in here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bernardino, sidearm, swung on and fouled back by Max Muncy. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Muncy hanging tough, not being intimidated by the left-hand sidearm throwing Bernardino. 6 pitches he's delivered. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's this pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and down goes Muncy. So the Dodgers leave Freddie Freeman's wasted triple at third base. And the score, after 5.5 innings here in Coors Field in Denver, the Dodgers 3, the Rockies 2. Timeout for this brief break. So now going into the bottom of the 6th inning for the Rockies, they'll be sending up their catcher Goodman, shortstop Tolver, and their first baseman Johnstone. Rockies hanging tough in this game, trailing the Dodgers 3-2, but putting on quite a fight compared to last night when they just seemed to roll over and let the Dodgers have their way with them. Most of all the scoring action happening in the first 2 innings, and in the past 3.5 innings, there hasn't been any runs scored at all, so both pitchers settling down. And that'll do it for Emmett Sheehan, as now they'll give way to Klein on the mound. Klein winds up and pitches as it's a strike. Strike 1. Will Klein on the mound for the Dodgers in 5 games, whose record is 1-0 with an ERA of 1.17, appearing in 7.2 innings. The pitch on the way, swung on, and a line drive into right center field. Hustling over to get it is Pages, but not until it rolls to the wall. Pages picks it up and into second base with a stand-up double is Goodman. So Goodman taking advantage right away coming out of the box on that pitch. And that will bring up shortstop Tolver. Will Klein now has a man at second. Nope. Ezekiel Tolver 0 for 2, 231 batting average with 2 flyouts in this game. Klein looks down, pitch on the way. It's a ground back, comeback with a Klein off of his leg, diving as Freeman throws too late to Klein covering first. Meanwhile, the runner at second base goes to third, and the Dodgers are in a heap of trouble with a runner at third in Goodman and Tolver at first. So runners at third and first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Rockies are looking to make noise and cause trouble for the Dodgers as Johnstone now comes to the plate. That ball hit right off of Sheehan's shin, actually off of Klein's shin, and he appears to be okay, but that ball ricocheted right to Freddie Freeman. He picked it up, threw over late to Klein as Tolver had beat him out. So now let's see how Klein is going to do. He's going to throw a few warm-up pitches here to see if he can come through. That ball was a shot right off of his left foot And it just went nicely over to Freddie Freeman, who picked it up on his back and threw to Klein, who was late covering first base. So now, with Dodgers with runners on the corners, here in the 6th inning, 3-2 Dodgers lead, but now they got Johnstone to deal with. Johnstone 2 for 2 in today's game with a double and a run and a stolen base. So he's been quite active, hitting .298. Johnstone swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. Right-hander Will Klein looks into rushing, gets the sign to pitch on the way in the dirt. Curveball, 84-mile-an-hour curveball. Thank you for tuning in to this play-by-play action of the Dodgers and the Rockies. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Klein looking in. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Johnstone, taken for called strike one, 89-mile-an-hour slider. Goodman away from third base, Tover away from second base. Klein looking into rushing to get the sign. Johnstone waving the bat back and forth from the left-hand side, taken high for ball two, 84-mile-an-hour curveball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Johnstone. Klein looking in, checks the runners on the corners, and the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and hit sharply up the alley in left field, over to hustling over to get it is Pages, but not until the 1 run is in and another run's in. And the Rockies now take the lead 4-3 on that stand-up double by Johnstone. So Johnstone is really making the Dodgers pay today with coming out big, scoring, having 2 RBIs there. Tovar and Goodman come in to score, and the Rockies take the lead over the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No out still. First 3 batters have gotten on. Klein to the windup. The pitch outside for ball 1. So Klein is in a bit of a whole lot of trouble as Doyle now checking in. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout in today's game. Waiting. Pitch on the way. Low. 97-mile-an-hour fastball just missing. 2 balls, no strikes. Klein. Waiting, pitch on the way, low for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes, and Klein has yet to get a guy out, facing his 4th batter here in this bottom of the 6th inning for the Dodgers. Right-hander Klein back up on the mound. The 3-0 pitch, swung on and dribbled it back to Klein. He checks the runner at second, throws over to Freddie Freeman at first for the out. So now we have 1 out. Klein making sure that the runner at second wasn't even going to go to third. So now we have 1 out, and that'll bring up Karros coming to the plate. Kyle Karros had the sacrifice fly earlier in the game and also walked, hitting 189. Colorado Rockies have now taken the lead 4-3 here in the 6th inning, scoring 2 runs off of Klein. Klein looks down, checks the runner at second. The pitch on the way, strike 1, 88-mile-an-hour sweeper right down the middle of the plate. Karros waving the bat back and forth. Pitch on the way. Ooh, it did hit him. It came very close to hitting him, and it did not. So just as though that pitch had come very close to Hernandez in the top of the 6th, this one comes very close to hitting Karros in the bottom of the 6th. So Klein now trying to settle down. Has 1 out. Runner at second base in Johnstone. Pitch on the way. High for ball 2. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Just missing. Johnstone at second base. Alex Versa warming up in the Dodger bullpen. Klein now to the belt. Throws over to Alex Freeland to a diving Johnstone back to second base. Rockies 4, Dodgers 3, bottom of the 6th inning. Rockies getting their 2 runs to take the lead here in this bottom of the 6th. Karros waiting in for the right-hand side, and there's a sharp foul ball grounded along the third baseline. So 2-2 now the count to Karros. Klein now waiting in, top of the mound, looking down, getting a sign from Rushing. Checks over at the runner, Johnstone at second. The wind up, the pitch way outside for ball 3. 96 mile an hour fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the Dodgers now got to come up with something here in this game if they plan on winning it. 3-2 pitch on the way. It's a high fly ball. Pages is there in dead center waiting. He's got it. Throws it in immediately. Gets it into Max Muncy, and Johnstone stays at second base. So now 2 outs. And Rockies leading 4-3 over the Dodgers. 2 outs at the bottom of the 6th inning. Johnstone at second base. Dodgers trying to keep him there as they now have to deal with the left fielder Beck coming to the plate. Beck has grounded out and popped out in his previous 2 at-bats, hitting 125 thus far into the year. Beck swinging in from the right-hand side of the plate. Klein, right-hand pitcher, looks down to Rushing. The windup, the pitch, right down the middle for a 97 mile an hour strike. 0-1 the count now to Beck. Klein checks the runner Johnstone at second. The pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back. 7 mile an hour fastball. Rockies 4, Dodgers 3. If the Dodgers plan on winning this game, they've got 3 innings to make something happen. Klein looking in. Checks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back. 88 mile an hour sweeper. So with the Rockies coming up off the deck and scoring those 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take the lead, 4-3 now over the Dodgers. Bottom of the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back. So Klein has seemed to settle down after being shaky in his first facing the first 4 batters. And now he's on the verge of getting out of this inning. 0-2 count to Beck. Johnstone at second. Klein bearing down. The 0-2 pitch low for ball 1. 89 mile an hour sweeper outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Klein. Dodgers trail the Rockies 4-3. Klein looking down. Gets the call from Rushing. The pitch is swung on a sweeping fly ball to Pages in center. He's got it, and down go the Rockies here in the 6th inning, but not until they score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take the lead. The Rockies 4, the Dodgers 3. I'll be back after this short break. Okay, back here at Coors Field. So the Dodgers trying to take the lead now will be bringing up Dalton Rushing, Alex Freeland, and Miguel Rojas, the low part of the order in the lineup. Pitch on the way by Berardinos, taken for called strike one, right down the middle of the plate. Dalton Rushing, checking in, solo home run from the left-hand side of the plate. Looking down at Berardino, bearing down, sidearm, 0-1 pitch on the way, taken as he swings and chops it foul along the first base side. So 0-2 the count now to Dalton Rushing. Rushing's trying to make something happen here for the Dodgers. After his solo home run, the Dodgers have been quiet. Trailing now 4-3 here in the 7th inning. 0-2 count by Berardino. The pitch on the way outside, all the way to the backstop. So if you're going to miss all the way. 78-mile-an-hour curveball goes wildly to the backstop, and that makes it a 1-2 count now to Dalton Rushing. Berardino looks down to Goodman, gets the sign. Wind up, the pitch, swung on, missed, and down goes Dalton Rushing for 1 out. The 76-mile-an-hour curveball got him. And now we'll have a pinch hitter coming up for Alex Freeland. Pinch hitting will be Cole coming in for Alex Freeland, who may have indeed jammed his finger on the throwback to second base, trying to throw out Johnstone earlier in that bottom of the 6th inning. But nevertheless, it is a pinch hitter for the Dodgers now. Alex Call now in, replacing Alex Freeland. So one Alex for another Alex, hitting .417 with no home runs and 1 ribby in 5 games. Call waiting in from the right-hand side of the plate, moving the bat back and forth. The pitch on the way inside, and it may have hit him, and it did. It did hit him, and now he'll take his base. Right there, a walk is as good as a hit by pitch is as good as a base hit. So Alex Call dropped the bat immediately and trotted on over to first base as it just grazed him. And the Dodgers got the lead off. They're got the runner now, the second batting up. Second batter of the inning now gets to first base. Miguel Rojas checking in from the right-hand side of the plate. Taken outside for ball 1. 89-mile-an-hour slider. Miguel Rojas, 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out, hitting .333. And it appears as though they did pick off Alex Call at first, and indeed they did. So can you believe it? A break that appeared so promising for the Dodgers here in the top of the 7th. Once Call got hit by a pitch, suddenly dries up so quickly as Berardino picked him off, throwing over to Johnstone, and they got him. So just like that, the Dodgers now have 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning with Rojas to the plate. Now the Dodgers are down to their last 8 outs if they hope to win this game. There's a ground ball actually down to third baseman Karros. He throws across to the first baseman Johnstone. Got it! And that's it. The Dodgers are now down to their last 6 out in this game. The score at the end of 6.5 in Coors Field, the Rockies 4, Dodgers 3. I'll be back after this short break. Back at Coors Field after that short intermission. We're now into the bottom of the 7th inning. The Rockies will bring up their top of their order now with Julian, Moniak, and Rumfield coming to the plate. And if anybody gets on, Goodman, the catcher, will come up. So the Rockies trailed throughout this game, and then in the bottom of the 6th inning, got 2 runs to take the lead, 4-3. 4-3, Rockies here in the top of the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th inning. As the Rockies now, they've gotten 4 runs on 7 hits. The Dodgers 3 runs on 5 hits. So Julian will be coming in. Let's see if the Dodgers are going to stick with Klein here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He was quite shaky to start that bottom of the 6th, giving up those 2 runs, and it is Alex Versa coming in. So Alex Versa this season, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 9 strikeouts, and 3 walks, with 2 saves and 3 holds. Versa fired up. Left-hand pitching Versa. Pitching to the left hand, hitting Julian. The pitch on the way. Low for ball 1. Ha-Seong Kim now in at second base for the Dodgers, taking over for Alex Freeland. Versa looking in. The 1-0 pitch taken high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes for Julian. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Versa, the windup, the 2-0 pitch taken for strike 1. 83-mile-an-hour slider. Waiting on deck is Moniak and Rumfield in the hole. Versa looks down, left-hand pitcher on the way, swung on and fouled back. 83-mile-an-hour slider. Alex Versa has thrown 4 pitches, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Julian waiting in. The windup, the pitch, swung on, and a high fly ball. Pages moving over. He's there in right center to make the catch for 1 out. So 1 out now for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Moniak. Moniak playing right field tonight. Played the DH last night. 1 for 3 with a double and a run. Versa looks down, gets the sign from Dalton Rushing. Dodgers trail the Rockies 4-3, bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back. 84-mile-an-hour slider. 0-1 the count. Versa now rubbing up a new ball in play. Now back up on the mound and ready to deal. Looks down to Rushing. Gets the sign. Moniak waiting in. Pitch on the way. Taken, called strike 2. An 85-mile-an-hour slider. 0-2 now the count to Moniak. Moniak 1 for 3 with a double and a run. Versa now taking a big, deep sigh of breath, letting it out, letting the tension go. 0-2 pitch, trying to come up with something special here for Moniak. The pitch on the way, low for ball 1. 83-mile-an-hour slider outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies, Jaden Hill. Hard right-hand throwing Jaden Hill. Meanwhile, back up on the Dodger mound, Versa. Versa pitch is fouled back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Versia has now thrown 9 pitches. Waiting in, left-hand side of the plate is Moniak. The 1-2 pitch on the way outside for ball 2. 83-mile-an-hour slider. Just missing. 2-2 the count. Rockies leading 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Versa now looks down to Dalton rushing. The pitch on the way is high for ball 1. 3-2 now the count. Versia has thrown 11 pitches so far. 1 out. Moniak waiting in. Versia's 3-2 pitch high for ball 4. Actually, he swung and missed on that. That was way out of the strike zone. So down goes Moniak, and he is mad at himself for that. Swinging way out of the strike zone at that ball. In fact, yeah, now looking back on it, it looked like oh my goodness, he would be on base with an easy walk had he just held up. Anyways, back to live action. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Colorado leading the Dodgers 4-3. Versia's pitch on the way right down the middle for a called strike 1. 82-mile-an-hour slider. TJ Rumfield waiting in. Leading 4-3 of the Rockies over the Dodgers. The pitch on the way high for ball 1. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Rockies 4, Dodgers 3, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, Versia to the mound. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and a shot to dead center field. There is Pages, he's got it, and that'll do it for the Rockies in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2-3 by Versia, and the Dodgers now coming up in the top of the 8th inning. We'll be back with the Rockies 4, Dodgers 3 right after this. Okay, so now for the Dodgers, Ohtani will lead off as he continued this streak of arriving on base in the first inning when he got on by a throwing error and then later came around and scored. So it'll be Ohtani, Tucker, and Pages for the Dodgers in the top of the 8th inning, trying to get this game back on their right, take the lead from the Rockies. Ohtani now, continuing his streak with his arriving on safely on base on that throwing error in the first inning. So now down to the last 6 outs, Ohtani and the Dodgers got to make something happen now. The pitch on the way, swung on in a ground ball foul as the hard-throwing Hill is now on the mound for the Rockies. Jaden Hill has appeared in 9 games with an 0-1 record, a 1.17 ERA, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Pitch on the way, swung on, and missed. So now it's an 0-2 count. So Ohtani, now his on-base streak is on the line if he doesn't arrive on safely on this one. They're not going to count that error as arriving safely, keeping the streak alive. There's a ground ball hit down to short third baseman, and something happened here as there's now appears as though Ohtani's, that ball that he hit weakly to third base, he'll get his at bat again. As what happened? So it looks like it's catcher's interference, and there's Ohtani at first base. So catcher's interference, and Ohtani's streak continues. So interference as Ohtani was swinging, the catcher stuck his glove out there, and Ohtani's now on first base on a catcher's interference call. Jaden Hill throws the pitch on the way to Tucker for called strike one. 2 for 3 is Tucker, 2-run homer and a single in this game. So he is very much involved in the first 2 runs. There's a ground ball hit sharply down into left field as it's just past a diving Tovar, as the Dodgers now trying to make something happen here on their top of the 8th inning with 2 men on and no outs. That ball seemed to have eyes as it went just right by a leaning Tovar at shortstop and into left field, picked up by Beck. So now Pages comes to the plate. 0 for 3 with a fly out and 2 strikeouts. Pages from the right-hand side of the plate. Look it in. The pitch outside for ball 1. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. Low and away is the changeup, as now the Dodgers with Ohtani at second. They got Tucker at first, and now the umpires are having a meeting. Let's see what they're discussing here and what's going to come out of it. Rockies leading 4-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Now Jaden Hill back up on the mound, checks the runners on base. Andy Pages, the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back. 98-mile-an-hour sinker. So 1-1 the count now to Pages. Dodgers led most of this game, only to lose the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now trailing 4-3 to the Rockies. A pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back. A 98-mile-an-hour sinker. So Jaden Hill has thrown 8 pitches, and he's got 2 men on. But he has Pages on the ropes here with a 1-2 count. Jaden Hill to the mound. Low for ball 2. 88-mile-an-hour slider just missing. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now the catcher's going to challenge this one. This one appeared way low. Whoa! Is indeed a strike. Can you believe that? That one was a huge challenge by the catcher, and down goes Pages on that one. So what looked like a ball all the way was challenged by the catcher, and out goes Pages on a strikeout. That'll now bring up Freddie Freeman. So, this challenges have played huge in this game so far. 8th inning, 2-1, 2 on, the pitch on the way is taken for a called strike 1. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. Dodgers with Ohtani at second base, Tucker at first base, and Freddie Freeman to the plate. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Freeman. Taken low for ball 1. 87-mile-an-hour slider just missing. We're in the 8th inning. Rockies 4, Dodgers 3. Freddie Freeman trying to drive home Ohtani and tie this game. Swung on and missed. 89-mile-an-hour slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Tucker away from first base. Ohtani away from second base. 1 out. The pitch on the way. Golfed foul and out of play. Very low that ball was, but Freeman connecting with it and driving it along into the stands on the third base side of the field. Meanwhile, for the Rockies, throwing hard and getting up is Victor Vodek. So now we've got a 1-2 count. Jaden Hill looking down, 2 runners on. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball to dead center field. Back goes Doyle to the warning track. He's going to catch it, and Ohtani's going to move on over to third base. Tucker will move over to second base. So both runners are now in scoring position, but the Dodgers have 2 outs in this top of the 8th inning. That'll now bring up Tarasco Hernandez, 0 for 3 in this game. He's grounded out in the 6th, 0 for 3. But now the Dodgers can get rich in a hurry here and tie the game or even take the lead if Hernandez can do something at the plate here. And the pitching coach is now going to come out and have a word with Jaden Hill at the mound. And let's see what they're going to do. Rockies 4, Dodgers 3, 2 outs in the 8th inning. Dodgers are down to their last 4 outs in this game. But they got runners third base and a runner on second base. Max Muncy on deck. And Tarasco Hernandez to the plate. Two outs for the Dodgers here in the 8th inning. And it looks as though the meeting has broken up and everybody's back to their positions. And Jaden Hill ready to deliver now. Hernandez waiting in. Jaden Hill to wind up the pitch. Way outside for ball 1. 89-mile-an-hour slider. Outside, ball 1. Jaden Hill to the wind up. Way outside for ball 2. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. Thank you for those tuning in to watch this game. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here all year long doing Dodger baseball. 8th inning, Dodgers trailing 4-3 to the Rockies. The pitch on the way, taken for a strike, a changeup, 85-mile-an-hour changeup. Now makes the count 2 balls. 8th inning, 2 outs, but 2 on. Ohtani away from third, Tucker away from second. Jaden Hill looking down to his catcher, Goodman, to get the sign. Hernandez now steps out of the batter's box. 17 pitches Jaden Hill's pitched so far in this inning. Now, Jaden Hill back up on the rubber, checks the runners on base. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch on the way to Hernandez, way outside for ball 2. 3, check that, ball 3. So 85-mile-an-hour changeup just missing. And now 1 pitch away from loading the bases for Max Muncy, who's waiting on deck. Hernandez waits in. The pitch on the way outside for ball 4, and Hernandez is aboard. The bases are loaded, and up comes Max Muncy. So let's see what the Rockies are going to do now after they already had a meeting at the plate. We got Ohtani at first, Tucker at second, Hernandez at first, and Max Muncy to the plate. So Muncy checking in from the left-hand side of the plate. In this game, he's 0 for 3, grounding out twice with a strikeout, but those were against other pitchers. Those guys are gone. Forget all about them. He's now got to deal with Jaden Hill on the mound. The right hand pitching Jaden Hill. Looking down, getting the sign from Goodman. The pitch on the way, taken low and inside for ball one. 89-mile-an-hour slider. So if the Dodgers are going to do it, they got to do it now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 8th inning. Hernandez away from second base. Ohtani away from third and Tucker away from second. Muncy waiting in. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2 the count now, and changeup, 89-mile-an-hour changeup. So now the Rockies fans are really getting loud. They're on their feet trying to drive home this last strike to get Muncy out. Jaden Hill winds up the pitch, swung on, and a sharp ground ball hit down to Julian at second base. He's going to throw over to first to Johnstone, and down go the Dodgers in the 8th inning. The score after 7.5 in Denver's Coors Field, the Rockies 4, the Dodgers 3. I'll be right back after this brief break. So now back for the bottom of the 8th inning. The Rockies will bring up their catcher Goodman, shortstop Tolver, and Johnstone, the first baseman, will be coming to the plate. So the Dodgers had this game in check, pretty much moving right along, and then the bottom of the 6th inning happened where the Rockies scored 2 and took the lead, have now taken the lead 4-3 as we move into the bottom of the 8th inning. The Dodgers coming out of the chute hot right away, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 1st inning and another run in the 2nd inning for a commanding 3 runs, and had that lead right up until, like I said, the bottom of the 6th inning. So now Goodman will be checking in. Let's see who the Dodgers are going to be sending out, as they're now going to bring out Henriquez. He's appeared in 5 games with an ERA of 5.4, 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. As Henriquez claims to have the biggest, fastest ball coming out of the bullpen, and let's see what he can do here. Keeping the Rockies in check will be not an easy task. Pitch on the way, swung. 4, Dodgers 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Count is now 0-1 to Goodman. Goodman waiting in. Henriquez gets the sign from Dalton rushing. And the windup. The pitch is a high fly ball. In comes Henriquez. Where's he going to get it? Oh, Max Muncy came over from the third base side to get that ball. It seemed Hassan Kim was coming up, so was Freeman, and out of nowhere comes Max Muncy to make the catch. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop Tolver. Colorado Rockies 4, Dodgers 3. Tolver swinging in from the right-hand side of the plate. Henriquez, pitch on the way. Taken for called strike 1. 100-mile-an-hour sinker on that one. So he is throwing some smoke. Fastest on the dog just this year. Henriquez now on the mound. Again, the wind up the pitch, swung on and fouled back. A 101-mile-an-hour sinker. So 0-2 now the count at Tovar. Dodgers trailing the Rockies 4-3, and they're down to their last 3 outs. But right now, it's the Rockies at the plate. The pitch on the way is taken outside for ball 1. A 90-mile-an-hour slider just missing. If you're enjoying this play-by-play action, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here all season long calling Dodger baseball. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and down goes Tovar. So the second out. So Henriquez has pitched to 2 batters and gotten 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Johnstone now coming in. He has been the big star for the Rockies in this game, driving home runs, scoring runs. He's been all over the place, making this game, bringing the Rockies the lead so far. Johnstone waiting in, the pitch inside for ball 1. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Johnstone 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, a run, and a stolen base. Johnstone from the left-hand side of the plate looks into the right, hard-throwing hander Henriquez. The pitch swung on and missed. 89-mile-an-hour slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. So now Johnstone will step out, adjust the batting gloves, asking for some time before he hops back in. 1-1 the count. Henriquez looks down to Rushing to get the sign. And the 1-1 pitch is taken for called strike 2, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So Henriquez is pitches, and he has thrown smoke in those 9 pitches. He's made the most of it. 2 outs for the Rockies here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Henriquez looking in, the windup, the pitch high for ball 2. 99-mile-an-hour fastball, trying to get a little bit more extra on that. Just missing the strike zone. Balls, 2 strikes. Johnstone waiting in. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. And a dribbler behind the plate. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Rockies 4, Dodgers 3. Johnstone, a big part of why the Rockies have the lead, hitting that 2-run scoring double in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch on the way, high, swung on and missed, fastball, and down go the Rockies and Johnstone. And the score at the end of 8 complete innings here in Denver's Colorado Field, the Dodgers trail the Rockies 4-3. I'll be back after this short break. Okay, so for the Dodgers, in the bottom of the top of the 9th inning, they'll be bringing up Rushing and Hassan Kim, and then Miguel Rojas. So if they're going to have any chance on winning this game, these three guys are going to have to do a big part of it to bring them back. So let's see now who the Rockies trot out there for the for the top of the ninth inning, and they're bringing on Victor Vodnik now coming in, their closer, appearing in 7 games. He's a 0-1 record, but he's got a 2.2 ERA, has pitched 8 innings, and has allowed 1 home run. So Vodnik, the closer, now in there. The right-hand pitcher deals way outside, ball 1. Dalton Rushing has homered earlier in the game. As let's see what Vodnik and the Rockies are going to cook up now. 1 ball, no strikes. Rushing, it's way in. There's a high pop-up. He slams his bat, walking away from it. Third baseman moves over Karros to make the catch for out number 1. So right away, as soon as he hit it, Dalton Rushing threw that bat in disgust, knowing he was going to be out. So 1 out for the Dodgers. They're down to their last 2 outs, and Hae-Sung Kim checking in from the left-hand side of the plate. Kim, a late replacement for Freeland at second base. And Will Smith now will start loosening up on deck for Rojas. But let's see what Hae-Sung Kim can do at the plate. Dodgers trailing 4-3, down to their last 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Vodnik taking his time, getting it back up on the mound. Looking down to get the sign from Goodman. Wind up the pitch. Taken for called strike 1, 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Hae-Sung Kim waiting in. Vodnik to the belt. The windup. Taken. It's a foul ball down the into the dugout along the third baseline. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here all year long calling Dodger baseball. Dodgers trailing the Rockies 4-3 in the top of the 9th. The pitch to Hae-Sung Kim is a high fly ball to center field, but there's Doyle waiting. He's got it for out number 2. And just like that, the Dodgers are down to their last out, and coming up to the plate, pinch hitting Will Smith. So Will Smith now coming up, trying to keep this game alive, as he's got 4 home runs on the year, 12 ribbies, hitting .286. Smith taking the night off from behind the plate, but now they're calling him in to pinch hit. And if he can get on, Ohtani on deck. First pitch on the way, swung on and missed, an 89-mile-an-hour slider. The count is now no balls and 1 strike. Will Smith waiting in, swinging the bat, waiting back and waving the bat back and forth. Vodnik to the belt. The 0-1 pitch low for ball 1. 89-mile-an-hour slider just missing. Vodnik now back up on the mound. Looks down to Goodman to get the sign. 1-1 count, 4-3. Rockies lead. Pitch on the way outside for ball 2. 90-mile-an-hour slider. Will Smith and the Dodgers down to their last out here in the 9th inning. Waving the bat back and forth. The 1-1 pitch on the way is dribbler down to the dugout along the third baseline for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the Rocky fans are now all on their feet trying to implore Vodnik for this last strike. Trying to get him to strike out Will Smith right here. The pitch on the way, low and in the dirt for ball 2. 93-mile-an-hour changeup, just missing. And now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with Ohtani on deck. What's going to happen here? Vodnik looks down. pitch on the way. Swung on it. A ground ball hit sharply over the second mound. Throws late to first base as the hustling Julian. He could not get enough on it. And just like that, the Dodgers aren't dead yet, as Will Smith legged that ball hit it over the mound, over second base, as Julian tried to pick it up into shallow left field and throw, but he was just a little late, as Will Smith gave it all he got to beat out the two bouncing ball that was thrown there. So Ohtani now comes up as, let's see, right-hand Vodnik now pitching to Ohtani. The pitch taken right down the middle for called strike one, and 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So now Espinal is now being called upon to pinch run for Will Smith. Shohei waiting in. 0-1. The pitch on the way high for ball one. So he's really thrown two straight 100-mile-an-hour fastballs to Ohtani. One ball, one for a ball, one for a strike. So Shohei trying to keep that on-base streak going. Right here is a ground ball hit sharply. Base hit, and he's on board, and the streak is alive at 50. And now the Dodgers have two men on with two outs. And Ohtani, who is on the first inning with an error, got on in the eighth inning with a catcher's interference. Now is on with a sharp single into right field to keep the streak alive, and he's now at 50 games of arriving safely on base. So the Dodgers aren't dead yet. Two outs in the ninth inning. The Rockies 4, Dodgers 3. Brings up Kyle Tucker, 3 for 4 tonight with 2-run home run. And now the Rockies are having a meeting at home plate. So the pitching coach is out there. They're all huddled up, all the infielders. Johnstone, Julian, Karros, Tauber, all gathered around along with Goodman to have a word with how they're going to pitch Tucker here. 2 outs in the ninth inning. The Dodgers desperately trying to make something happen, and Vodnik trying to close the door on him. The first two batters went down quietly, but now not so easy, facing the Ohtani and Will Smith. But now it's all Tucker's job right now at the mound, at the batter's box. Pitch on the way, and it's a high fly ball hit to Beck in left field, and this will do it for the Dodgers, and down he goes. So the Dodgers tried to come back as they might, fell just a little short. The final score from Coors Field in Denver, the Colorado Rockies 4, the Dodgers 3. Thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast. Please give it a like and a subscribe. Talk to you tomorrow, the next game a little bit after 12. Good night now.